Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. Yes, Squindly. So last time we started up New Game Plus, and for the fun of it, when the chief called Squidley by the wrong name, we accepted it. And it turned out that doing that changes Squidley's name to that for the whole adventure. Also, as a reminder, I forgot to grab the lab coat during the initial recording of the previous episode, so I reloaded my save so there would be no wasted time backtracking and did the police station again. And in the process, I learned that there is actually a variety of random names the chief could give you. Just to give a few examples, there's Swimly, Squeegee, and Santiago. For the sake of consistency, I re-rolled until I got Squindly again. Although, I wouldn't mind having one of the others instead. Squindly is really hard for me to say. Granted, I have trouble talking in general. I feel like I need to work on my enunciation sometimes. What do you all think? Anyway, on the subject of reloaded saves, I have just picked up Milton and walked into the Squindly household, and we're gonna go ahead and once again search under the couch to get that extra money. From there, we're going to go ahead and head into... well, I was going to take the time to head into the bedroom, but I accidentally clicked the top option again. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm trying to leave the room, or any place, and I wind up clicking the first option instead, wasting time. So, excuse me while I reload my save again. I'm probably button mashing, and accidentally just mashing the top option. Okay, for real this time. Exit to hallway, and let's head into the master bedroom. The first thing I'm going to do in here is search the wardrobe for Squidly's gun. It never came into play during the first run, so I don't know if there is a purpose to it, but just in case. Also, we're going to search the vanity table. Mona keeps her makeup in here. We're gonna take it. It could come in handy. Hopefully, she won't notice. And from here, we're going to go ahead and exit to the Squidly shed. And we're going to go ahead and grab the shovel. Now, for the sake of saving time, I am not going to grab the photo from the dartboard or work on the lawnmower. I also did not talk to Mona and apologize to her. I can do that later on. I am also going to not fully investigate the Beagler residence yet, but I do want to get in there to grab something. But later on, I'm also going to want to talk to DJ, and I'm going to create a backup save just in case I come back later and it turns out DJ is gone. Next up on the to-do list is dig up the Sparkety Doodad from the garden. And then we need to head into the Beagler residence. Since I am now dressed up in a lab coat instead of a police uniform, I am going to need that search warrant in order to get inside. So we want to head into the living room. I'm not sure if it's important to look at the walls and the trophy cabinet, though it would be helpful to talk to Doreen, possibly. Yeah. Well, I was going to ask about the relationship, but that's not an option. So we'll be apologetic first. I'm sorry about Dex. I'm very sorry for your loss. Dex was a good man. Thank you, Sergeant. I really appreciate that. Yay, acquaintance. Okay, now I can go ahead and ask about the marriage. And it was great. It was perfect. But he's gone now and I'm picking up the pieces. And it just gets harder every day. Well, that was a different response than my first run. Well, in my first run, I didn't come here until the second day, at which point Pippi Freed was snooping around, and I told her to go away, which immediately made me friends with the Ring Beagler. Maybe she won't tell the truth about the struggling marriage until we acquire friendship level. Well, at the least, I can probably ask about enemies. Oh, come on! We all know exactly who did this. We all know exactly who did this? Why waste time with this stupid dance? My husband spent months undercover in Big Mama Zod's gang. He even had her arrested. And even though that court case fell apart, he still had an awful lot of dirt on her, and she knows it. And now Big Mama is running to be mayor, and suddenly my husband turns up dead outside her nightclub? You should be down at Underworld right now putting cuffs on Big Mama, not hanging around here bugging me. I didn't expect a selection like this. That actually makes sense, but I don't think Big Mama is responsible. Yeah, her becoming mayor kind of put the city in a crime spree. But I honestly don't think she's responsible for the murder. So I'll say she didn't do it. Come on, that's ridiculous. Big Mama didn't do this. Fine, ignore me then, just like everybody else. Well, at the very least, that didn't make us unfriendly toward her. Okay, we need to examine the sofa. Excuse me, could I please check underneath you? What? No. I do have a warrant. Oh, fine then, but be quick. And this will allow us to acquire the lab ID card. Really important. You know, it occurs to me, maybe I didn't need to read that news article to unlock the research lab. Acquiring this ID might have done that for us. Oh well, it only took maybe 5 minutes to read that article. Speaking of that place, that is where we're going to be going next. After I go ahead and save. Let me double check what we have here. Well, first off, we have the makeup set. A palette of different kinds of makeup stolen from Mona's dresser. The inclusion of the word stolen makes me concerned that I may have done something wrong. Could be of interest to someone fashionable. Not entirely sure who. Anyway, in order to get into the laboratory, I need the lab coat, I'm pretty sure, and the lab ID card. An ID card for Moontropolis Research Lab in the name of Gary Groverston. However, the photo is Dex Beagler in a false mustache. I think that's all I need. In any case, I haven't yet unlocked City Hall, the bank, or the hospital, so this is definitely our next stop. Let's finally deliver this Sprockety doodad proper. You are in the car park of the Moontropolis Research Lab. A security booth sits next to the lab's main steel door. We'll talk to the security guard. Yes? Never mind. That was not leading to an option to show our ID. So, let me reload my save that I just made to save 5 minutes. Because time is flying. Enter the lab. Good day, Doctor. Can I please see your ID card? Certainly. Here you go. Dr. Groverson? Did you get a haircut or something? Oh well, head on in. I do wonder what characters I possibly have to date on Flinter in order to solve this mystery. I don't think Security Chief Chloris will be one such person. Oh, hello. You must be the new research assistant. Yep, that's me. Good old research assistant Squindly. That's great. Gary's work really hasn't been up to scratch. I'm glad they could replace him so quickly. But where are my manners? I'm Dr. Raina Speckle. I'm the head researcher here. You'll be working with Werner, the other lab assistant. You can find him at his desk. You'll be working at Gary's desk. If you have any questions, Werner and I will be happy to answer. By the way, who's the kid? I brought my son. It's Bring Your Kid to Work Day. That's my son Milton. Was I not supposed to bring him? Typically no. This is a working research lab. We perform some very dangerous experiments. There must have been some mix-up at the agency then. I'll know for sure next time. No problem. Just keep him away from anything sharp or electrified, okay? Cool. Gary's desk unlocked in the research lab area. This is going to be a little bit more involved than I thought. Well, first things first, go to Gary's desk. You are at the desk of Gary Groverstone, the undercover alter ego of Dex Beaglor. There may be important clues here. Oh, I bet you there's a password on here. It's locked. Well, knowing I can't get into there just yet, I'm probably going to save scum some more. So that whiteboard says 1 + 1 = 1. Funny. And I get it. What was I saying? Right. I'm gonna save scum some more for the sake of saving my precious minutes. Let me guess, the desk drawers are locked. It's just a load of stationery. Looks like Dex chews his pens. Wait, this pen has a logo on it. Vortex ink. Maybe I should pay Stefan Vortex a visit. I am hoping that doing this investigation here at the lab will eventually allow me to gain proper entrance to the space station. Search Gary's locker. He has a mini disguise kit in here. A bag of fake mustaches, a wig. Ooh, and a mirror. That might be useful. Why am I receiving a mirror? It's like always having a picture of a handsome squid in your pocket. Okay, for the sake of continued investigation and learning what's here, we'll go ahead and just search everywhere. You are in the workstation of Dr. Raina Speckle, head researcher in this facility. Her desk is a mess of textbooks and random notes. Well, let's start by talking to Raina. Squindly, need any help? Well, this question is important. Is this sprockety doodad familiar? I found this sprockety doodad. Does it look familiar to you? What? Oh my! That's the regulator module from the black hole generator. I knew it! Without it, the reactor can't be recalibrated. I can't believe I left that lying around. I really am a scatterbrain. I must be overworked. Yep, we'll go with that. Well, it needs to be reattached to the main reactor in the experiment chamber. It's a delicate job, but I'm sure you're more than qualified for it if the agency sent you. I guess I'll be doing that then. I wonder if I can do that without talking to her. What should I be doing? What job should I be doing? Oh, of course. Excuse me. My head is all over the place lately. I forgot to give you any work. Well, the first thing you could do for me is head into the experiment chamber and recalibrate the reactor. Okay, so I do want to come in here. The parameters tend to drift, and if it ends up in the red, well, kaboom! But as long as you do your job, it hopefully won't come to that. Hopefully. We'll be turning the machine on Thursday We'll be turning the machine on Thursday afternoon. Okay, at first I thought that was a typo, but no, that is grammatically correct. We'll be turning the machine on Thursday afternoon. So we need everything to be shipshape. Tell me about Gary. My predecessor. Gary Groverston? He was a nice guy, a little bit pompous. Terrible scientist, though. That guy couldn't tell a photon from a quasar. How he got his doctorate, I'll never know. I called the agency to replace him because it really wasn't working out. He was really hindering us. It was almost like he was trying to do a bad job. Like he was trying to do a bad job. Which is entirely possible. I was really suspicious of that Vortex guy in the space station. Like maybe he's the villain? Although the fact that he broke the fourth wall to give us a chance to solve this case makes me think otherwise. Still, I do have to wonder what's going on. Anyway, the agency were really quick off the mark this time. You showed up just a few days after I called. That's a pretty good omen if you ask me. It's a good thing I've been increasing my handiness. I don't feel like choosing this option, even if I am going to reload my save. But I do want to see what we got here. I'm sure there's some useful information in these notes if I can put them in the right order. Aha! Got it! It's instructions for the main reactor in the experiment chamber. There are 3 dials on the reactor controlling 3 factors: fuel input, coolant level, and vacuum pressure. These factors must be carefully balanced so that the output level is in the green range. Failure to calibrate the output level into the green range will result in reactor failure, followed by shutdown. Warning, If output is calibrated into the red level, the result will be catastrophic reactor meltdown. This would be best avoided. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to do that. Or would I? No, you wouldn't. I really wonder why Beagler was trying to do that. Study textbooks. I bet if I read these books, I could boost my investigation skill. Yay! So that's how we do this. Okay, how long does it take? Time to hit the books. Oh my gosh. 2 hours. Starting to get tired and hungry. I'm gonna become too hungry after 22 o'clock somewhere, and too tired a couple hours after midnight or so. So I'm not too worried about hunger and tired just yet. Search desk drawers. Please leave that drawer alone. There's nothing interesting in there. Alright, that's a waste of time. Don't be picking that. Let's also go to Werner Station. And meet Werner for the first time for the second time. This is the workstation of Werner Struppel. It is organized with an almost robotic level of sterility and precision. Fun stuff. Talk to Werner Struppel. Ah, Guten Tag. You must be the new research assistant. I hope you are more skilled than your predecessor. What do you do here? I am a research assistant like yourself. But I should be more... yeah? Several more research assistants? I don't know. Several weeks ago, a world-changing theorem came to me in a dream. I wrote it down quick so I would not forget it. It was wunderbar. But then the next morning, I accidentally threw it in the recycling. Now I cannot remember what it was. I was so close to being an rich, unfamous scientist. Recycling. I bet we could find it in the sanitation department. You didn't like Gary? That Dummkopf knew nothing of the scientific method. I wish I could read German. German seems like a really fun language. I asked him to pass the potassium iodide, and he passed me the bottle of potassium bromide. Bromide is not iodide! Everybody knows that! But you must excuse me. My temper has been raised. I trust you will prove far more competent. What's it like working for Reina? Or Dr. Speckle? Oh, es ist wunderbar. In a, completely professional sense, I mean. Why? Why? Did she ask about me? Never mind. Let's fiddle with the console. Step away! That is very delicate! Okay. Don't do that. Look in desk drawers. Please do not look at my private possessions! Okay. I wonder if I could sneak here at night and look at this stuff. Probably can't go into the locker. Please do not look at my private possessions! Okay, experiment chamber. Let's see what we need to do here. You are in the laboratory's main experiment chamber. In front of you is a gigantic reactor. There is a small control panel on its side. It is interesting that it looks like the reactor is turned on in this scene, even though it's not. Let's examine it. There's a hole here. It looks like some bits are missing. I think this sparkety doodad might fit. It's a good thing I've been increasing my handiness. Let's see. I'm sure I can fit this here if I... Perfect! It fit like a glove. Okay, use the console. Well, right now, everything is stable. Wow, we actually got one of these adventure game puzzles in front of us. I'm not entirely sure what my goal here is. Set everything to 4? We probably don't need to actually do anything with this right now. Though, let's go ahead and do that. Set everything to stable and exit. And see what happens if we return to Rena Station and tell her we did a thing. Squindly need any help? Okay. So probably everything is okay right now. Maybe on a day-by-day basis it starts drifting. In any case, I don't think I need to actually head into the reactor just yet, and it takes a bit of extra time to go in there. So maybe among the tasks that I skipped today, going into the reactor will be one of them. Because I still need to head back to the Beagler residence, and then head to Luigi's to meet the chief on time. And the chief is there at 21 o'clock. So I don't really have enough time goofing around this place to return Milton home, locate Dex, and head to see the chief. One other thing I wonder, there was that book of Dark Star Physics by Rena. It was not an item that I could use in my inventory, but I do wonder if it'll prove useful for continuing the quest here. I don't think I'm going to have time to go buy it today, though. Also, it occurs to me I'm not going to have time to go to the crime scene and retrieve Beagler's body, which is just as well. I need to unlock the hospital and perform surgery there so that I can actually send Beagler's body there. Well, since I am going to be reloading my save, I'm not really a scientist. I have something to confess. I'm not really a scientist. Sergeant Squindly, Moontropolis PD. What? You just sneaked in here and started working? Do you know how dangerous these experiments are? You could have blown up the city. Yeah, I would feel uneasy about the situation myself. Chloris, escort this man out of the lab and don't let him back in. What? But... Come on, sir. Let's go. You are in the car park of the Moontropolis Research Lab. At this unusual hour, it looks like yours is the only car here. That does make me wonder if I can, in fact, go in here at night. One of the things to try one of these nights. For now, though, I have no idea how long this episode is running, but we were in the lab for a bit. How long is this recording at this point, by the way? 47 minutes. Okay, one more thing before we close things out. The previous episode was basically an hour of recording and took hours to edit. I had the spare time to edit that episode, but I don't always have that kind of time. So you'll have to excuse me if I wind up missing a day when an episode becomes too difficult to edit. Or record for that matter. I don't always have 47 minutes to spare. Crunch is bad, and I do not want to put myself into crunch for the sake of keeping a daily upload. So you'll have to forgive me if I miss a day from time to time. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end things here, and off camera I guess I'll redo all the stuff I just did, but without wasting time with the stuff that won't accomplish anything. And then next time, we will return Milton home, visit DJ Beaglor, investigate his walls now that I found a way to have better investigative skills. That was something I couldn't do on the first run. My investigative skills were too low. And then visit the chief at Luigi's. Of course, first I'm going to have to unlock Luigi's, so I'm going to have to stop at Squindly's apartment and check the post boxes to unlock it. At the very least, his apartment is only 10 minutes away from Luigi's.